So, records just keep coming on Wall Street. On Thursday, U.S. stocks closed at fresh all-time highs. And this time, the rally was powered by inflation data, jobless claims, and growing conviction that rate cuts are right around the corner. Hey everyone, it's Friday morning, September 12th, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, here to break down yesterday's market action in just 2 minutes. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. Alright, let's get started. The Dow led the way, jumping about 1.4%. That's more than 600 points. And for the very first time, finishing above 46,000. The Standard & Poor's 500 rose almost 1%, while the Nasdaq climbed about 0.7%, locking in its fourth straight record close and topping 22,000 for the first time ever. Now, the big focus was Thursday's Consumer Price Index report. Inflation came in a little hotter than expected. Year over year, consumer prices were up 2.9%, compared to 2.7% in July. On a month-to-month basis, prices rose 0.4%, doubling July's increase and beating expectations for a smaller gain. Experts say some of this is linked to Trump's tariffs finally feeding through to consumer costs. Here's the thing though, unlike earlier in the year, markets didn't panic. Even with sticky prices, investors are looking past inflation and focusing on the Fed. That's because jobless claims jumped to 263,000 last week, the highest level in nearly 4 years, and other labor data has already signaled weakness. Traders now see more than a 90% chance of a quarter-point cut at the Fed's meeting next week, and most expect 3 cuts total before year-end. That shift in expectations is what's driving this record-setting rally. On the earnings side, Kroger and Adobe reported on Thursday, adding more flavor to an already packed week. So, Wall Street is climbing higher, inflation remains sticky, but the market's eyes are fixed firmly on the Fed. Alright, that wraps up today's Capital Markets Quickie. Join me again tomorrow morning for more market updates. See you then.